else would you rather be than right here, right now in the American Football Association? Guess what, folks? We're rolling on to week 4. Can you believe it? Time's flying by, but it's been an incredible first 3 weeks of football action here on the AFA Network on YouTube. How's it going, everybody? Cameron Duty here with my broadcast partner, my brother. I just can't say this introduction as well as he can. Mr. Dorian Bill, give him the introduction, man.
What is good with y'all? Back in the booth next to Mr. Cameron Duty. Y'all know who it be. Boy, you want to be himself, the man, the myth, the legend, your host with the most on-code commentary. Dorianville, I hope each and every one of y'all have been blessed by God, because we getting blessed with this phenomenal football game here with me and Cameron Duty on the call. Ain't that right, my boy?
That's right, man. We've got a heck of a game to get us started. I couldn't have said it better myself. The Raiders, the Oakland Raiders, coming into town to face the new-look New England Patriots. And a great matchup that I've been looking forward to, especially some of the added hype around it, some of the changes that have taken place in the last couple of weeks, Dorian. Of course, the story of the Patriots with their new quarterback, James White. He's going to face this Raiders team for the first time. The Patriots still remain undefeated. The Raiders getting their first victory last week against the Cowboys. They're back on the map. This is going to be fun. I can guarantee it. And a beautiful day here in Foxborough. Kickoff underway. Like I always say, you're not going to want to go anywhere for the next 4 quarters. Let's have some fun. This return out to the 27-yard line by Ashton Jeanty. Let's say hello to the Raiders starting lineup led by Brady White, QB. The 2 halfbacks are Ashton Jeanty. He had a heck of a day last week. And Matt Jackson. The wide receivers are Dillian Voss, Cush Marley, Brian Kowalski. And the 2 guards, Jackson Oakley and Big Bang. First play from scrimmage. Here is Brady White. Dropping back, rolling right just slightly. Finds his man, Jackson, who runs upfield for 3. Pretty good start there, Dorian. We've talked about it. As I said, the Raiders getting that big win last week. They got some momentum behind them.
Yeah, indeed, coming off the heck of a game against them boys, the Cowboys. Looking to see if they can keep that momentum right here.
Here's a throw. It is complete right at the first down marker. And ensuring that he has the grab there is Kowalski. It's a 1st and 10. Let's say hello to the Patriots defense, one of the stingiest in the league. Defensive ends, Mo Lester, and defensive tackle, Baal Shemtov. The middle linebacker is Eagle Eye Stone. And we'll pause as this is quickly back to the line. Goes Brady White. It's deflected away by Malik Stroud at cornerback, and Tyron Voss will be with him as well. The strong safety is DJ Kilgannon, and at free safety, it's Joey Cronin. So here we go, Dorian, 2nd and 10. Like I said, one of the hottest offenses in the league against one of the stingiest defenses. Shotgun formation for White. 1 man to the left, taking the snap. Calling out them signals. Oh, now he's going to move Matt Jackson out into a wide receiver slot. And White looking, throwing, has his man. That's Marley, another first down.
A great reception, and as you said, one of the hottest offense versus one of the hottest defense, the reigning champions, that being the Oakland Raiders, led by their amazing quarterback, Brady White. He struggled a little bit, but it seems like now he's starting to get back to that Brady magic.
That is a fact here. A good pocket to throw out of. It's batted away, incomplete. And we got some ball hawks that we'll be talking about today. We think of Tyron Voss and DJ Kilgannon and Joey Cronin. They're going to make it very difficult on Brady today.
Yes, because this defensive core, even though the offensive changes might have happened with James White, the defense is so strong, man. As you said, one of the stingiest in the league.
And they can keep you in some games. Brady White, though, able to exploit them that time, finding Marley for the 1st and 10. Cush Marley, an incredible day against the Cowboys last week, and you know what? It seems to be continuing here today.
Indeed so. And even though, so we talked about, the Patriots being one of the most stingiest defense. I do believe if we remember that game against the Rams exposed them a little bit, where they show that, if you stay on them, you can expose, like Brady White
Mhm.
might be that guy to expose the Patriots today.
Yeah, and you got a very good point there, Dorian. And
Oh,
again, you
that
talk
was
about exposing the defense. It is Brian Kowalski, another first down. He has came along as well in this season as we've progressed.
he threw that in a tight pocket, but also, like you said, to the hands of the wide receiver because he ran it right into number 45's hands. So great on the wide receivers to keep on the rock as we talked about them drop passes, man. If the ball touches your fingers, you can't drop it.
And so it's a first and goal. An incredible opening drive here for the Oakland Raiders. White takes a snap, throws back of the end
Push,
zone. Touchdown, Oakland.
touchdown.
And guess who it was? It was Cush Marley once more.
Brady White dotted it up saying, hey, look, we may have started 0-2, but all it takes is just one victory and say goodbye to y'all chances to defeat us.
Well, I tell you what, that's been impressive to watch the rebound here by the Raiders. The extra point is good by Dan Dempsey as we roll along here. 7-zip Oakland leading New England. Now, Dorian, we've talked about James White, the new look Patriot offense. The production, though, last week did dip. They still got the victory, but certainly not the high flying offense that we were accustomed to seeing with Cannon McAllister. It's going to take time for the new QB, but I think this is a big test today to see if they can stay stride for stride with the Patriots as we see this return out to about the 33-yard line. And yeah, Dorian, I'd like to get your thoughts on that, what the Patriots need to do today.
Well, for one, just give time to develop this roster. When you got a new look QB, it's best to go on the run game because they got that big stepper back there. Got to keep
Mm-hmm.
on playing with him because he's going to lead the way and let the QB start developing his rhythm as the run game produces. As nice play action pass.
Indeed. Indeed, and it is caught right over the middle. A good play by James White there, the play action allowing time. Let's look at the Patriots starting lineup. We mentioned James White and the big stepper in the backfield. The other halfback is Clutch McNasty, and the wide receivers are Jebediah Butters, Kool-Aid, Chab Patnod, and Young Jaye Weaver as the wide out there. Here is a snap. White throwing. Big step around the backfield. Brutal stiff arm, still running down the sidelines before tiptoeing and stepping out of bounds, but not before first and 10. What a play.
Boy, the big step is baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit with that stiff arm. He lucky he stepped out of bounds because he was about to take it to the house. I tell you, the big step is one of the fastest running backs in the entire league.
He is, and this is a great matchup to watch today as well between Ashton Jeanty and the Big Stepper. And there you see what the Big Stepper can surely do as he, even on small gains, though, he fights hard and is able to make a positive effort.
That is true. The Big Stepper versus Ashton Genty. I think those are going to be the two main focus on this one. Brady White, he hasn't taken a step back of this season, but the run game has become so important for these teams.
Raiders showing pressure. We will look at their defensive lineup in just a moment. There's the pressure standing in, though, again finding the Big Stepper. Another screen that's worked to perfection, and it's another first and 10.
I tell you, the Big Stepper is one of the most funnest running backs to watch because he literally can break off any type of play, whether it be like that check down to him right there. He'll turn what looks like going to just be maybe a 1 yard gain into a touchdown. He is an electric back. Honestly, all the running backs in the AFA are electric to watch. Wouldn't you agree?
I would agree 100%. I mean, we've got, as we see him bottled up there, loss of one. We've got Evan Lacey in, Dallas, and you've got Thaddeus Bubba Rig, the fullback over in Cincinnati, and Simpson over there. I mean, there are some incredible backs in this league. Now an empty set on second and long. And after this, we will look at this Raiders defense. We'll call the names out here. Oh, and it's a prime time. Up and over. It's Van Lacey for the interception, and Wyatt, frustrated, heads to the bench. Wow.
He went up and snagged that out the air. How can his hands do this? That was a clean interception. And I thought the wide receiver had that, but that
I
boy
did
marched
too.
him instead.
Boy, he did. He did, and that is a huge turnover for these New England Patriots. That's just a blow that they really can't afford. The defense got to go to work here with Jackson, and he picks up two. So, yeah, we talked about the pressure that the Patriots may have to endure from the Raiders, and there you see a ball hawk secondary get the better of them on that drive.
Yeah. And now look at Brady White, how he's strolling up to the line. He said, "Oh, I'm about to cook now. Y'all should have gave me the ball back. I'm about to cook now."
Brady White has that swagger back, that he had from last season. There's another throw. Oh, and it's
Oh,
popped out last minute. I thought Marley had another big grab. Very rarely does he lose that football, but that was a good defensive hit, and it is another attempt coming up here.
defensive hit or not, that was right in that man's bread basket. So like coach is gonna be on him like, come on, brother. Come on, dog. You can't be dropping that when it's in your bread basket.
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, that was one that was there, and then he was getting ready to take off on the run, and they popped it loose last second. That was dangerous. That could have been a fumble call a couple more steps. Here's 3rd and 8. They got to go short. And because of this, not able to turn upfield and pick up the first. So the New England defense able to hold. It's 4th and 5.
Yes, I do agree with that. Where he did pop it out of his hands. He looked like he was about to turn it upfield. So good hit by the cornerback. But come on, dog. Come on, man. You gotta catch that.
Yeah,
That oh, he got swallowed up right
he
there.
sure did. Wow. Okay. So, the good thing here, Dorian, is that points off turnover, not a factor at this point. The Patriots are still just down 7 with a chance to redeem themselves. Good field position here on the 40. Here is James White rolling out.
Oh,
Looking for a
that
little
was
bit of
nice
redemption
rollout.
here. Oh, throws to the sideline.
Oh,
And that's off the mark, incomplete, intended for Chad Potnod. Let's look at this Raiders defense. We've had so much action, we ain't got to call them out yet, Dorian. Defensive end, O.J. Peppers, and defensive tackle, Colin Richards. The linebackers are DeMarcus Demolition and Harold Marquez. The cornerbacks are Ken Casey and Tatron Thomas. The free safety is Van Lacey. And here's White again, gonna throw in another
oh
interception.
my
Oh, Lightning gonna
gosh.
strike twice. 2 drives, 2 interceptions. Tatron Thomas pulls this one down out of the air, and I hope, for the Patriots' sake, this is not a forecast of what we're going to see all day long here.
That he Tatron read that excellently. Stepped up, got in front of the wide receiver perfectly, and he picked that thing off. Man, great awareness, great anticipation as well. Because we talked about how when cornerbacks anticipate the rock, and they get burnt doing so.
And so we see a nice carry here by Matt Jackson, who is getting a lot of time today, which is good. Matt Jackson, a prospect here that the Raiders are quite fond of, and he picks up 4.
It's nice to see the backup running backs give us some carries. Because that's another thing. We focus on the main people. If you got a backup running back who is as great or in development, just like your main stars, oh, you got a dynamic duo right there.
Yeah, you do. And again, another carry here, another couple yards picked up, 3rd and 3. Quick little public service announcement. Folks, there will be a number audit on the way because there may be some number duplicates. Our great Commissioner Brady White doing a lot of tireless work to make sure that the rosters and the numbers are at where they need to be. Of course, there's some things, it's easy to slip through the cracks. This is a work in progress after all. So that is coming. So bear with us as we continue to work on getting all those numbers effectively in their right place. Now, this is going to be a spot here. It's going to be big here, Dorian, to see if Jackson was able to pick up the first. Oh,
Oh, and close. That is extremely close. Ooh. Oh, I would say if I'm the Raiders right now, go for it. And they will be
And
going.
they
When you're
will.
that close,
And the
when you're
swagger,
that
like you
close,
said, talk about Brady White and that confidence. They're going to come out here and they said they're gonna bust this thing wide open. Now can they? Jackson gets the first, gets about 2 yards, and they do keep this drive alive. I like the play call. That's gutsy, but what do you got to lose?
right? And you are that close. You look at the ball and say, you see it. It's literally on the line. Like, yeah, go for it. Get that first down. Regardless what's going to hurt. You're across midfield. It's not going to hurt anything. They're still going to have to start trying to work their way from their side of the field to the end zone.
Here's Jackson popping this one out left side, picks up 3, and brings up 2nd and 7. Fast-moving opening quarter here in our first game of Week 4.
Indeed, it is. We are about to be at the end of the first quarter. Less than 40 seconds left to go. Brady hands off. First down.
Oh man, yeah, I gotta love what the ground game is doing here. Kind of throwing a little bit of a wrench in the Patriots' game plan, coming out and planning for Ashton Genty. They go with Matt Jackson instead, and a new look, a new guy they got to try to get accustomed to. He's doing a great job.
Yeah. Matt Jackson right there, 6'1", 250. He is getting some great carries to give relief Ashton Genty. I really do like how they're using both running backs. What about you?
Yeah, I love it. I think that it's a great compliment to Brady White here. Oh, and one hand out front. Good job by the Patriots secondary. That
That
was a
was
great individual effort.
lucky.
I'll tell you what, if had he not got a hand there, that was probably going to be a touchdown pass for 6.
Yes, indeed. It literally, the outskirt hands just able to block it. And if he would have caught that, that would have been a very impressive one-handed snag.
Why? Oh, this
Hey,
time,
what a
Marley
block!
between 2 defenders, and he takes off inside the 20.
What a dot that was indeed. Oh boy. I literally thought it was going to be intercepted. But hey, if anybody can make passes like that, is Mr. One Who? Brady White. As that
Absolutely.
takes us to the end of the first quarter.
That's right. Raiders 7, Patriots zip. You're watching the AFA on YouTube. Cameron and Dorian here as we have a well of a matchup. We talked about it great lengths at the start of this broadcast. These two teams and this rematch of the first game of the week 1 of the AFA and a rematch as well of the AFA Season 1 Championship. Brady White throwing, and that one honestly was a little bit too high, a little bit too long there by the fullback. Not much there.
And speaking of that, that is true. It's the rematch of the championship game. So these teams automatically already got some bad blood. These teams are definitely a heated rivalry. And the type of teams that are going to be like, when you talk about foundation of a league, this is one of these teams right here. These two, as Brady. Oh, we got
Oh,
flag on the play.
yeah, I think we're going to get an interference on the Patriots defense as I seen a hand get in there and interfere with the pass. Yeah, pass interference on number 28 for New England, working against Cush Marley there. And right now, the Patriots, I think it's safe to say, they're kind of rocking back and forth on their heels right now, a little unsteady as we've got a 1st and goal. This Patriot defense looking to come up with some sort of stop to turn this game around. The Brady White and company knocking on the door. Jackson slithering out of 1, 2 tackles. Oh, and he drives his way to the end zone. Touchdown Raiders.
He said, I will not be denied. Lower that shoulder, said, how does it taste? And he said, yo, you want seconds? I got thirds for everybody. Scores the touchdown.
And that's got to feel good for Matt Jackson. That is his first touchdown in his AFA career. And it goes to show you that the Raiders, they are not to be messed with in the backfield. 2 halfbacks more than capable of getting the job done. Dempsey's extra point is good. And Dorian, after another 10-play, 3-minute drive, the Patriots have a 2-score lead.
Hey, is we talk? Look, I don't want to say we jinx the Patriots because, like you said, their defense is one of the most stingiest in the league. But if there's one body who, so one person who can expose this defense, is that boy Brady White and the Oakland Raiders.
And they keep that momentum going. They picked up right where they left off at the end of the game with Dallas. And like we said, if they're 1-2 right now, Dorian. But the fact is, if they get this victory today, they're right back to 2-2, and all of a sudden, the AFA is just split wide open, and that is something to look at. The Patriots, here they are. Again, we said 3-0 coming in. Ball at the 24-yard line. Want to try to get the offense going. White has 2 interceptions, but he has a good catch there to Graham. Just gotta be more consistent, but that's a good start.
Indeed, that is a good start for them. They definitely don't. They can't avoid or allow another interception when they're already trailing by 2 scores on the defending champions.
Oh, bobbled, and then there was almost another interception all over the hands of Tatron Thomas. He about had his second one of the day. Patriots catch a break there.
Mans was juggling like in a basketball game where you got a center who tips it to himself and everything. That's what looked like was about to happen. He looked like he was about to tip that ball right to his hands, but just fell short of the interception.
So the Patriots, like we said, kind of wiping the sweat off the brow there. A little bit of relief. And I'm going to say this as we watch this next play. Before it gets out of hand, I think you need to go to that guy right there. Feed it to the big stepper. More you feed him the rock, the better the passing game is going to get. They pick up 2, and it's 3rd and 8. Expect them to have to go back to the air here, though.
I do agree with that statement and sentiment because you gotta let the big stepper cook. You give the big stepper the ball, he will open up the pass game for sure. They've been trying to letting the new QB get adjusted, but you got to go to the run game and establish that first.
Here's White throwing over the middle, and he throws into double coverage. Very rarely are you going to be able to beat Van Lacy, and once more he tips it away, and the Patriots have to punt.
And see, that's what we talking about right there. Like I get it. I definitely get it. You got to get the QB adjusted to the team. You got to get them adjusted to the play style, depending on where they come from. But you're forcing them, and they're going to make bad passes doing so because they already threw 2. So they already feeling the pressure like, dang, I threw a second one. They're worried about a third one coming, boom, going on the bench and everything. You got to stick to your guns. Got to stick to prime people who can step up like the big stepper.
6:22 remaining in this first half. Again, this is the first game of Week 4 here in Season 2 of the AFA. And the Raiders right now with a 14-zip lead. Matt Jackson going out wide. Looks to see if Brady White can go back through the air, and he can. Crossing route, finding Marley in stride, and another first down picked up. And you run the risk right here, Dorian, of if you are the Patriots defense, of really getting gassed early in this one. And it feels like the Raiders are just pouring the steam on them right now.
Indeed, the defense. When your offense is getting off the field so fast, your defense don't get no breaks. All gas, 0 breaks for them, and they're gonna get gassed out quickly.
Kowalski going in motion. Back with Jackson. Although the defense is able to rise up here, and that is Vrabel who gets a stop, and a big stop it is, as that will now bring the Patriots to a 2nd and 10, which is better than what we've seen. We haven't seen the Raiders working out of any and 10 situations. It's been more short yardage, and of course, they've been able to expose that. 2nd and 10 here, I formation. Here is White going deep, throws the interception. Joey Cronin. The defense, we said they're tired, they're wore out, but yet, here is Joey Cronin with the alley-oop, if you will.
Joey Cronin read that exquisitely, and it was too far out of the wide receiver's hands. He made the diving effort, but it was far out for him. That was just too much, as they would say, put on it by Mr. Brady White. A very rare bad pass by him. So now the Patriots have to take advantage of it.
Man. So an opportunity, like you said, and that's way too far out in front of the intended target there. Kool-Aid as well for James White and these Patriots. This is going to be a learning curve. It just is. It's going to take time with James White. He is a great pickup. It is good that they got him, especially with McAllister going on to greener pastures. But this will take time. Rome was not built in a day. And so we see 2nd and 10 here as he continues to get accustomed to this offense. Again, just a little too far out in front of his receivers right now, just leading them just that extra step too much. It's 3rd and 10.
He the the QB has to slow down. Just take time, breathe. I understand you got, the two interceptions, but we saw like Alexander, he had multiple in the first half and then turned around in the rest of the game. The Rams QB had three, but ended up with four touchdowns. He just got to slow it down, breathe, and take easy passes.
And I thought he had one right there, didn't you? Chad Pottenod
Yeah,
had it in his hand, but Lacey says, "Nuh-uh, out of the hands it goes. You got to be able to catch that and hold on to it during the hit."
that was literally an easy, short, lob little pass. Like, that's not on the QB. Like, the QB felt confident. You saw that. And that's what you like to see. You can see he's starting to build slow confidence, and you want to get that going for your guy. But it doesn't help your confidence when your players are dropping passes. It makes you think like, oh, they dropping passes, so they hate me. They hate me.
Oh,
It's like, no, brother.
Tangenti getting a return here, getting some work in the special teams department this week, and he gets out to the 27-yard line here. So, like you said, Dorian, we're 5 minutes away from the halftime break, and right now it's been all Raiders the whole way. Even the turnovers that the Patriots have been able to give their offense, they've not been able to capitalize on them. And again, another threat here for the Raiders that they can go down the field and possibly put some points up. That is a good stop there by big number 99. Only a 1 yard gain for Jackson.
2nd and 8. Ball at the Raiders.
Got a question for you. Well, I asked that near halftime about what teams need to do, but right now, as we got a nice little run, and nope, never mind, stopped in the backfield.
Yep,
I
yep.
was, I was,
That certainly, that they got bottled up pretty quickly there, as you see, and it is a 3rd and 9 situation upcoming here. Again, this Patriots defense right now trying to be the best offense, to be honest with you, for them at this point in the game. Trying to keep their team in it until the offense can get along here. White, though, oh,
wow,
we've seen this before. Marley in stride
oh,
down to the 30.
oh, he was gone. That was a nice pass. Like you see some passes. Like, oh, forget about it, brother. He's gone. But heck of an effort on the secondary. Heck of an effort on the defensive side to track him down and not let him go to the house for six. Because boy, going to halftime, trailing 21-0. Marley Cush is out here cooking them boys right now. Look at his stats.
Yeah, I mean it's been a thing of beauty, and like I said, it
4th and 10.
it felt
Ball at
as
the
if,
31.
like I said, you weren't able to have an opportunity there to be on the call with me that day, brother. But in Oakland, the Raiders found their footing again, and right now they've not let up. Another 3 yard gain by Jackson.
It honestly is happy to see that because I would say Oakland is probably one of the most dynamic teams here
Ball at the
in the
25.
AFA. They are a team that you love to watch but hate to play.
Oh, certainly. And Jackson turning sideways, and that little effort and the lunge forward, the awareness of the sticks,
First
able to
down,
get the
Raiders.
first down, even though Cronin had his eyes set on him.
First and 10.
Jackson
Ball at the
with
21.
Mr. Genty Lee. better be watching out for these boys because they are looking like they gonna be a lethal weapon between them two.
Yeah, and let's not forget about Brian Kowalski. He's been coming along this season as well. 3 catches on the day, up to 46 yards, and an incredible offensive display up to this point by the Oakland Raiders.
First and goal.
Cush, Marley,
Ball at the 4-yard line.
Genty, and Jackson with Brady Wyatt at the helm. I'm scared. I'm scared. Help!
It is a wide open hole for Matt Jackson. He runs through untouched. You could have put a semi through it. Touchdown, Oakland.
Second touchdown of the day for the boy, and he is making a statement. That he is making a statement to show that for all the teams that passed up on him, he's making a regret doing so right
To
now.
attempt the extra point. Number 8, holding.
And so Dan Dempsey on to attempt the extra point. And right now it has been
The extra
really and
point is
truly
good.
up to this point in the season, the biggest blowout, one-sided game that we've seen yet, and the Raiders taking full control. And honestly, it's a stunned Patriot offense at the moment. 2:08 remaining in this first half, and they've got some work to do before the halftime break.
It's rough today for this Patriots squad, man. With the Patriots that we have seen versus the Patriots that they are now is night and day, and they need to get something working and working
When the ball
fast.
is loose, and the Raiders get it back, boy, when it rains, it pours. I tell you what, it almost feels
Oh
like the
my
Patriots.
heavens!
Yeah, I mean, it feels like they just they left their game at home, and it's just a testament to this Raiders offense, defense, and now special teams, Dorian.
I couldn't even get a chance to speak and finish my statement before something happens. And look at Brady. Like I said, the swagger. What was that? I got my swagger back. Yeah, he definitely has his swagger back today, and he's letting everybody in the AFA be known that it's done for y'all. It's
Absolutely.
done for y'all.
We have reached the 2-minute warning as the Oakland Raiders again here with a fantastic opportunity, a prime opportunity to go up 4 scores. Kowalski with a first down grab again. Somebody has to stop the bleeding, but nobody's able to at the moment.
Is that a record? Like four scores in the first half? Oh no. It gets the Patriots too. You would think the Patriots would be like 4 scores on the Raiders, but the Raiders said, nah, order reverse, baby. We about to give y'all the fourth one right here.
You know, we've seen some high-scoring first halves, but as far as, like I said, the one-sidedness of this game up to this point, it is a first for this season in the AFA. We've not seen domination like this, and that really speaks to the competitive nature of this league. There's such good teams here. Very rarely do you see this game in control by the Raiders as it is. Jackson, not much there. Big 3rd and goal here.
Praying for the Patriots right now because we won a good game. Mercy Oakland says, forget y'all the game. We trying to dominate. That's it.
Oh, stop short. Big time
It
stop by the
was.
DJ Kilgannon himself. And now you'll see here the Raiders bring out Dempsey, a 17-yard attempt. The kick is up. The kick is good. So they get points off of that special teams turnover, too. It's a 24-zip ball game.
I thought it was about to be 4 scores. I was ready to say it. But nah, Luckily though, they're creeping up on 5 territory. And you know what's 5 happened? We gotta bust out the Booker T.
5 times. 5. Yeah, I got you. I know where you're coming from. As we see a run back coming here. And once more, a tackle made about the 26-yard line. Wilson, number 26, out to the 26, but he does hold on to the football. That is an improvement from what we saw on the previous drive. All right, so Dorian here. Quickly before the snap, my friend James White, what has he got to do?
Just breathe, man. Just breathe, brother. Take your time, okay? Take your time. Maybe a little
Here's the
check that.
throw, and it is complete, and a timeout called for.
That's a good way to start off things. Just take your time, breathe. You're down by 24, but we have seen comebacks. We saw, like speaking, like what the Rams did against the Patriots. Nearly had that crazy comeback with less than a minute left. So anything has happened. Anything can happen. That's a good pass on the first day.
It is Weaver now catching that one and calls a timeout. Finally moving here, and with just a little bit of time left to work with, but if they could even salvage 3 at this point, that would be a small victory. 24 seconds remaining in the half.
Indeed, like just get down the field, put numbers on the board. That's how you can start off things.
Dunking out of the pressure. White
Oh,
slides, and he picks up the first down. And a timeout called for.
okay, maybe we have discovered something that he might need to start doing a little bit more is using the wheels with him. Because he wasn't the fastest, but them wheels, he got some wheels that you're gonna have to take notice.
And here we go. A throw, and it is off the hands. Incomplete. 2nd and 10.
With the deflection.
This is a struggle right now. I'm just hoping for the best right now. Come on, Patriots. Y'all got that in y'all. Y'all can do this. Y'all can do this. I'm not being biased. I just like a good game. I think everybody can agree. We all just like having a good game, man. And blowouts, they suck, but looks like they're about to try to get 3 on the board right here.
They're going to try. The kick is up and good. So from deep, deep downtown, an impressive kick there by the New England Patriots. We've seen some special teams woes out of them. It was last week, but this looks a lot better, and they really needed some points, and they finally get some. 3 on the board, 10 seconds left here in the first half.
Believe that 3 points is going to make a major difference on this team. At least just the fact that they put numbers on the board, at least can give them some breathing. Like, okay, we got to score. We can start from there and look at the film tape from the first half and game plan. And basically, all you can do is just game plan to stop Brady White. You stop the head from passing. Then you can just worry about the run game, and stopping the run game is easier than stopping the passing game, if I do say so.
And for the final play here of the first half, it's a run by Matt Jackson, and Oakland goes to the locker rooms with a 3-touchdown lead here, folks. And as you said, we all love a football game that goes down to the wire. The AFA has done a fantastic job and the teams and the organizations have done a fantastic job of providing that. But here today, up to this point, the Raiders, all the way 24-3. We welcome you into the AFA halftime report. Cameron and Dorian here with you, and we'll go over the first half stats, of course. But Dorian, I'm most interested to hear your thoughts. We've talked a lot about it, but look at the time of possession. That is something that the Raiders was able to capitalize on against the Cowboys last week. More of the same this week against New England.
When you control the time of possession like that, we'll round it up to 12 minutes. Compared to the Patriots, who have had it only 4 minutes. Oh, brothers, that is a statement in itself right there. You are not only controlling the clock, but you're controlling the game by doing so. These teams, you get up a big scores on these teams feel pressure, and now you disrupting their game plan, because now they got to go out there, try to score quickly, but doing so, you get quick 3 and outs, and your defense don't have time to just get a breather, because you're getting quick 3 and outs. While the Raiders, as you see, I was talking about the Patriots, but the Raiders, all they can do is like, bro, we got time right here. We got time. We got a big lead. We can slow it down and just run out the clock. And I believe the second half, that's what the Raiders going to do. Run out the clock. What do you think? Mr. Cam, what do you think the Patriots have to do for them? Or and also, do you think that the Raiders are going to run out the clock?
I think that if it's the trend that continues from last week against Dallas, we will see that. We'll see a second half where the Raiders are able to take over with the incredible halfbacks that they have and wear out an already depleted defense. Like you say, 12 minutes of offensive time, and this Patriot offense only 90 total yards. It's going to be an uphill climb for them to get back into it, and I got to be honest with you, if they can't stop Brady White and Matt Jackson at the moment, it's going to be a long 16 minutes left to play here in Foxborough. We see our halftime heroes here. Cush Marley once more lining up that scoreboard. 7 receptions, 117 yards, and a touchdown for lucky number 13. We welcome you back in here to Gillette Stadium in a beautiful Foxborough on this, it's a fun opportunity anytime we get a chance to call an AFA game. And who knows, maybe we see the biggest comeback in AFA history here starting this third quarter. Anything is possible. The good news for New England, they get the ball back to start the half. Let's get it going with the second half kickoff. Here we go. It's up and over and fielded at around the 3 and brought back by Kool-Aid. Gives them decent field position. Here we go, Dorian. Look at the Patriots' possessions. It's been nothing short of ugly today.
Jesus, look at that. Interception, punt. Field goal. At least, at least something nice to take at the end of the first half. Now they got to come out with some aggressiveness to try to get these scores on the board and put themselves in driving seat for a possible comeback.
So 1st and 10 on the 27. Here's White as he is able to complete. Nice little slant route to Kool-Aid. I think that's a good adjustment to make. We haven't seen them really work the middle of the field too much, as you see from the passing chart right here. They've targeted those corners. Look there, 0-4 James White on that upper left side there, Dorian, and that could be a bit of the problem. They're maybe pushing a little too much.
Yes, I do agree. Like I said, they got to slow it down, look for around the crossing routes, and the slant routes inside. Try to work the inside of the middle of the field versus trying to go deep.
And you ain't gonna believe it. The ball loose, bounces on the turf, and the Raiders get it back as the big stepper coughs that one up. And you see DeMarcus Demolition there celebrating. Watch this pop. And DeMarcus falls on it.
A very, and I mean very rare fumble by the big stepper. Oh my goodness. That is deflating. Your prime running back fumbling, putting the ball on the ground, that is deflating to say the least.
But Dorian, and you and I both know as much sports as we've been blessed to cover and watch, whether you're talking about in real life or in virtual reality, some days it's just not there. And some days it's just, for lack of a better word, it's just not your day. And it seems to be the moment here for the Patriots, facing a very unfortunate collapse at the hands of the Raiders. Here's Jackson running hard, picks up 6 rather, excuse me.
It's just not the Patriots' day. Like you said, that's kind of the nail in the coffin, where your prime running back, and they even know it. They see the fans, they know it. Like, dang, big stepper fumbling. Oh yeah, it's cooked for us. Look, yeah. I guess I jinxed it earlier when Brady was walking up and he said he's about to cook them. He knew something we didn't.
Although I will say this, that is a really good defensive effort by the Patriots on third down, stopping Jackson, and that will be a 41-yard kick now coming from Dan Dempsey. We'll see if he's able to get this from the left hash mark. The Patriots defense, though, they're still out there and they're still fighting, but they cannot get any help from their offense. This kick is good, and it's back to a 24-point lead for the Raiders. 56 seconds is the drive summary there.
Man, I feel for the Patriots right now. I feel for the Patriots. They are struggling.
15, kicking off for the Raiders.
Right now, though, look, the Patriots need the magic. Look, they're feeling what the Atlanta Falcons felt when they was up 28-3.
Hmm.
maybe the Patriots can have some of that magic they had against the Atlanta Falcons that day.
Yeah, well, like you said, 27-3 is the situation here. If they're gonna have a comeback in them, the first thing they're going to have to do is protect the football. That's two fumbles on the day, and there's already, two interceptions for James White. So it's been a rocky day for any time the Patriots have touched the football. Here's the big stepper, though. He does run hard against Demolition, and coming in there to clean up with him is Peppers.
He got a nice little run. That was a nice little run by the big stepper. I know he's feeling shaken up because he don't fumble often or really ever. So seeing him fumble, he's probably like, oh, they something else. Oh, that's almost intercepted.
Just about again by Van Lacey. And again, you see these Patriot wideouts, they're having to just about leap, about 2-3 yards forward there to try to get a hand on these footballs. And James White right now just clearly rattled on this 3rd and 8 situation.
He is
Play,
struggling today
play
hard.
action. He throws
Oh
the
my
interception.
gosh.
It's Lacey who gets it this time. Touchdown, Raiders. The onslaught continues.
As I say, he's struggling. His third interception of the day and it's taken to the house. Unplug the PS2 controllers, brother. They are done. Oh my goodness. A 30-point lead right now. 33-3.
Number 15
Oh
to attempt the extra point.
no.
Number 8 holding.
Somebody
Yeah.
called the fire department. Somebody called the ambulance. They need help.
Extra point is good.
Extra point is good. 34-3. The Raiders in complete control here with 6:01 remaining in the quarter. And the Patriots will get the ball back.
I would not be surprised if they start sending in the secondaries at this point. You up by 20. Yeah, just go ahead and send in the secondaries. Just go ahead and send them in.
Return of 22 yards on the play.
As this return is made out to the 25-yard line here. All right, so for the Patriots now, like you said, it's a game that unfortunately is out of reach, but the opportunity that they can kind of work on right now is getting some reps for their young quarterback James White, the man in motion there, and it is a give to the big stepper. He is not able to get much. Back to the line is about all she wrote for that one.
It has been a rough day for him. And honestly, can't really
25-yard line.
be too much on the young fella, considering that this game he's starting against the defending champions. I mean, that's a drop pass. That's already a major challenge to step in and take ownership, leadership of his team, and you gotta go take on the defending champions, whether you're at home or away. Taking on a team that defeated your team in the championship game is a big statement, but you only can do but so much.
Yeah, pass was incomplete. Kool-Aid was the intended target. That pass is complete. Nice looking throw there as he finds Weaver for the first down. And I think when you go back to it here, Dory, you got to look at the fact that, maybe some of these plays they're drawing up, some of the things that they did so well with McAllister, maybe they need to just wipe the slate clean and find something else that works more to what is suitable for James White. It's not going to be just kind of a plug-and-play situation. Unfortunately for them, they're going to have to learn their quarterback. That pass, again, just off the mark. Lacey was all over it, incomplete.
That's a big true statement that I didn't even think about when you said that. All the plays that they may have played out right now have set up. It could genuinely be that, okay, all right, so these plays work with McAllister, and they're trying to have him fill the shoes of McAllister instead of just letting White be White.
Second and 10.
It
Let's
is an
see what works
interesting
in
thought.
practice over the time period and let White be White. He can't be McAllister. Not saying he's going to be better than McAllister, but you can't make that comparison. They're two different individuals.
Play action, and White will throw. Deflection there, but I think they're going to call Tatron Thomas for the pass interference, so the Patriots may catch a break here.
Defense. The ball
And
is
they do.
And they
Defensive,
do.
yeah.
Automatic
Defensive
first down.
PI there. Fresh set of downs for the Patriots.
Yeah, I totally agree with that statement though. That they gotta let they gotta let White be White, and just go back to the drawing board, scrap all what you had down, retire them plays from McAllister, and build, and that way also let him develop
First and
a
10.
kind of chemistry
Ball on the
with the big
46-yard line.
stepper. That's another thing. He probably doesn't really have much chemistry with the big stepper right now because all big stepper have is McAllister.
Yeah,
On the play.
it is a learning course, and you're trying to crash course here in the span of a few weeks. But the fact of the matter is Cannon McAllister certainly big shoes to fill, and you're looking at a quarterback again regarding James White, just his second game overall, folks. In the sim world, that's not a lot of time to progress your athlete. So, again, growing pains, but there's a nice play. Oh, I like the spin move. Let's talk about some of the positives from this young QB. And right there, you got a pretty good set of wheels on him.
Told you, that they may need to start looking at some QB sneaks. He doesn't look like he's not no Mike Vick, he's not no Lamar Jackson, but he gets the job done with the wheels. And so
Yes,
maybe they
he
need to
does.
start developing, a couple little run plays for him. And oh, that's dropped. As I was trying to say, maybe put him on the treadmill a little bit.
Intended receiver.
Work with look.
Defense breaks
Let
the tackle of the
him work
game.
with the running backs and wide receivers. Let him do some of them suicides real
Second
fast.
and 10.
Yeah. And we've all run those at some point in time in our life. And so
Oh
that is something that,
gosh.
that can whip you into shape real quick as they continue to learn his regimen. Pressure coming. He throws. Nice job by Weaver. He just totally diverts away from the traffic,
Number
and he does pick
33
up 7
with the
yards,
tackle.
making it 3rd and short.
When I tell you the suicides kill me, man.
Third and 3.
Yeah.
Suicides are not fun to do, but will they build your stamina? Yes, they will.
Well, they're they ain't just called suicides for nothing, right? I mean, they are some of the toughest series of exercises you can do. Here's a throw, looking good there, finding Weaver. Hey, maybe finding a connection with this young tandem between White and Weaver here, working nicely for him.
And that's like you said, develop plays, find out who he likes, and right there, they are look like they starting to develop something nice. And I hope coach is taking notes. Like, okay, I see that him and him, y'all two right there, y'all gonna be in practice together, working individual reps.
And here's the big stepper as he does get a pretty good couple blocks and sheds 2-3 tackles. Demolition trying to bring him down, could not do it. And the first bright spot of the day here, the big stepper in the end zone, and that will make the fans happy.
Yes, that was a heck of a run by the big stepper, and like we said, should have been getting the ball earlier. Look at him, stumbling, bumbling, and rumbling. Broke off one defender, broke off the second one, and ran outskirts just enough to cross the plane. That's why somebody like the big stepper is one of the most dynamic, versatile backs in the entire AFA.
Yes, he got out of tackles from Van Lacey, Ken Casey, and then at the end of it, DeMarcus Demolition as the extra point by Solo is good. A sustained drive that time, 3 minutes and 14 seconds, ends in the big stepper touchdown. Enough to maybe win this game? Not sure, but it does give your Patriot faithful hope indeed, as well as this squad. It's still a 24-point deficit, 2:47 remaining in the third.
Actually, okay, so this might be a fun question to ask. Who do do you think if there is a conversation for the best running back in the league or best running back of the year, who do you think are going to be in that conversation? Like, give me your top, say, like top three backs in the league.
At the moment, based on the seasons that they've had up to this point, I think you consider obviously
First
Ashton
and 10,
Genty.
Oakland.
I think you have to look at. I would also put Evan Lacey in that category, and I think you need to go with Arnold Simpson from Cincinnati. I think those three right now have proven to be so valuable as that
Pass
is
is
a swat down
incomplete.
by Joey Cronin.
With the
What
ball.
about yourself, Dorian?
Got to give it Arnold Simpson. He definitely fired, especially that first game watching him against Pittsburgh. He definitely was the
Second and 10.
dynamic difference maker
Ball
for
at the
that
Raiders'
game.
31-yard line.
Um, Big Stepper. Big Stepper is definitely got to be put in that conversation. He is, as we see right there, a force to be reckoned
On the
with.
drive. The ball
And
carrier.
honestly,
Throws it
this
up the
might
middle.
shock a
Makes the
lot of
tackle.
people. Big Bubba Rig, even though he's not a running back, he's
Yeah,
a fullback, but still he's the back. And I think he has a conversation to be the
I would
workhorse of the
agree.
backs.
I would agree. As Wyatt throwing deep, bobbled. Oh, and Marley comes up with it and sprints away from the defense. When it's your day, it's just your day.
What?
Touchdown, Raiders.
Bro, I thought, look, even the cameraman was fooled because that ball was bobbled up, looked like it was intercepted, but he came down with it. If that's not in the conversation for play of the year, I don't know what is then. Because heck of a catch, bro. Heck of a catch
To attempt the
indeed.
extra point.
Dorian, is it safe to say that we'll probably see that catch on the DVSN this week?
Oh, oh,
The extra
brother.
point is good.
Oh, that's gonna be all over on the DVSN. That's gonna be all over front page of the DVSN.
Goes without saying,
Oh
just
man.
about, doesn't it? Yeah, that's a great play indeed. Oh, the concentration. Cush Marley. We talk about athletes in this league that is, rising to the top with these potential accolades. Making a case for wide receiver of the year, honestly, with the kind of season he is putting together. As we do see a return here, as it is brought out to about the 30. It's stopped right at the 29-yard line. It is a 31-point lead here for the Oakland Raiders, and we're not yet to the fourth quarter.
Man, that's the type of catch, literally, that you jump, you spit out your drink, you take a sip, and like you look away, they'd be like, "Oh." Even if you the defender, all you gotta do is just that's a tip your hat to the guy, tip your hat to them.
Oh, certainly. Now, James White back to work. Oh, and he throws another
Oh my
interception right
gosh.
in the hands of Ken Casey. And again, not much more that we can say, unfortunately. Um, that was just a bad read, and Ken Casey makes him play. Makes him pay, excuse me, on the play.
That catch is all you need to say about the day. Literally, you go home and say, "Bro, what happened? Like, how was the game for you?" You just pull up that clip and like they already done. Like, oh, it was one of them days. Yeah, it was one of them days, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a fact. And so, with 2 minutes remaining here in the third, we see him go back to work with Jackson. Cronin able to muscle his way into making that tackle there, but it is a gain of 4, and that's all that the Raiders will get. But more importantly, here,
Second and 6.
time being ran off the
Ball at the
clock is going to
28-yard
start
line.
to be their prime mo right here, their prime motive. As White will throw, gonna look deep. Oh, and he actually throws the
Oh,
interception. That's a great effort by the one and only DJ Kilgannon. His team may be down, but he hasn't quit playing.
that's those plays like that. DJ Kilgannon, the big stepper. Um, when you're down, you still got to perform regardless. And that's how you got a true competitor right there. That regardless if y'all down, you're still going to fight to the bitter end, regardless of what the score is. And you that just tells you got a strong core group around you.
Well, how about the vertical leap on that guy. I mean, that looked like Cush Marley had another touchdown. White throws into some traffic. Two white jerseys down there, but it is Kool-Aid who
Kool-Aid.
comes up with it.
Kool-Aid so smooth. Kool-Aid so smooth. Look at him. Between two defenders, nearly got spent like the with a helicopter. But came down with the rock on between two defenders. Heck of a effort on by Mr. Kool-Aid.
Yeah, indeed. And now the big stepper going to work, picks up two, and that does bring up second and 8. Then, yeah, like I said, your motive right now, if you're the New England Patriots, is just string some drives together. Don't let this game end on a sour note. Find something that you can take into the next game that you can hold your head high on. And let's not forget, as we pause for just a moment to watch this pass, that's a nice one. Weaver, oh, he makes a man miss. Now he could be gone. That's what we're talking about. Touchdown, New England Patriots. And how about a Neong Jaye Weaver?
The defender fell down, and like you were saying, string up some drives together, and that is a heck of a reception right there. Splitting in the middle of the defenders, and he was just saw nothing but Pater in front of him. And I was about to say, we over here talking like the game is over, but like you said at the beginning, 4 quarters. We're still in the third
Incredible.
quarter, so football, any sports is a game of 4 quarters. Baseball is 9 innings. Soccer is a game of 2 halves, but both of them go 45 minutes. Basketball and football, 4 quarters. You can be down like this, but you string plays together, and what happens now? You have the biggest comeback in AFA history.
Anything is possible, like we said. I believe it, and that's the fact when it comes to American Football Association excitement around here. Indeed, as Tangenti, he's like I said, he's got to work out today in the special teams department as they have used Matt Jackson appointing him to RB1 for this game to get him some reps. Something I love that the league does, making sure that everybody gets playing time here. Again, a big round of applause for Brady White for what he does with this organization. As again,
Truly
speaking of
phenomenal.
Brady White, yeah, he lines up under center, 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Here is a throw. Again, it is Marley who picks up the first down. Clock moving here, getting close to that final frame of football.
And hey, I gotta be the Brady White defender because some people like, man, cheating. His player is so good. Hey, don't be mad because he that good. Your player can get up to this level. It's just consistency, like what he does for the league. Brady White, even when he's sick, even battling health problems in real life, he still shows up to perform the best every single day because he is that type of leader.
That's a fact. As we go to the fourth quarter, folks, this one already decided, but still one more quarter of football action to be played. Who's going to make the next exciting play? We'll find out. Raiders 41, Patriots 17. You're watching the AFA on YouTube. Welcome back in. It's Cameron Duty and Dorian Ville here for one final quarter in New England. The first game of week 4 here, almost in the books, and the Raiders about to go to 2-2. They start this fourth quarter with a nice series here. First and 10 shotgun for Brady White. Great protection, finding his man, and another first down. That's Kowalski with about, I think this is his 5th reception of the day up to this point.
Kowalski cooking. I really ain't got much to say. It's really go hand to hand. Great passing by Brady White to find the open receivers, and great on Brian Kowalski to get himself open. Got seven thrown, 7 throws at him, 5 catches, over 100, over almost at 100 plus yards. I gotta get my words together because oh boy, it try. See, I can't get my words together because before I know it, it's first down. Oh, Glenn.
Yeah, it's a quick onslaught that they have made all day today, and I can't even. It's very hard to say anything negative about the Patriot defense because they have been honestly on their own for the better part of this day. You know, it has been just a situation where they have been out there for the better part of the game. The Patriots' offense, except for the last couple of series, was non-existent, and it's just a deficit that's too much for one squad to have to really take on their own. And now you're starting to see the Raiders just take full advantage of it. They're still throwing here. The pass is complete once more. That is Marley who gets the first down again.
First down,
See,
Raiders.
some people dislike this type of play. I'm in that minority that if I was a coach of a team, teams would hate playing
First
me
and 10.
because I would have that mindset that what the scoreboard say. This coach, it says we're up 50-0. Now we're down 50-0. You don't stop playing hard until the final whistle.
Gain
I
of
don't
6
Yeah.
yards
care.
on the play.
Unless mercy rule is enforced, which there ain't usually, we play until the final whistle. A lot of teams like
Second
taking
and
taking
3.
the wheels off the
Ball
tracks.
at the 6
Hey,
yard line.
Raiders are one of the boys like, nah. Uh-uh.
And they're quite simply they're on a mission here too, as we see 2nd and 4. Jackson trying to get his third touchdown of the day. He does
First
get the
down,
first
Raiders.
down here, but the Raiders are on a mission. You know, like I said, they started out in a hole, 0-2. They're clawing their way back out, and they know with the competitive nature of this league, they got to be on their mark the rest of the way out,
First and
and
goal.
they have turned it around in an incredible way.
Indeed, that is true. And it could be also just the rivalry aspect as Brady drops back and nearly intercepted. Sorry, but I was trying to say that I wonder if this is just
Roosevelt Ready
Brady
with the
being
coverage.
petty. He on that Jordan timing. Like y'all scored. Oh, okay, that's how y'all gonna play. All right,
Second and goal.
that's all it took, and
Ball at the
it
1.
became personal with me.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you never know. I mean, whatever the agenda is, whatever it is that gets the fire burning, you know, you use that to your advantage in football or in any sport. Look at
First down,
Jackson.
Raiders.
What a day for Matt Jackson. Third touchdown of the day, extending the lead for the Raiders. And I love it for this young halfback right here.
Indeed, you love to see it. He is making a statement, putting the league on storm to let people know, like,
To attack.
yeah, you already had to deal with Ashton Genty. Now you got to deal with me. Pick, pick your poison. You
Oh,
stop
yeah.
Genty. You stop Genty. You still got to stop me.
The extra point is
So
good.
what's your game plans?
Oh, I mean, it's gonna be the buzz around the AFA Discord for sure, folks. By the way, since I mentioned it, I want to direct you guys to, if you could, please like and share this video. We would love it more than anything. Help us get the word out about our young league. But also, I want to direct your attention to the AFA Discord server, which is the hub for all things American Football Association. You can create your player over there, or if you want to just hang out and you want to join the general conversation and just talk about the league, there is a great opportunity for that as well. And with that being said, you know, I think you'll speak in that same respect as well, Dorian. A great hub for all things AFA. Check out the Discord server. That'll kind of that'll whet your appetite and that'll hold you over to the next slate of games.
Harrison with the tackle.
Indeed, so it's a great atmosphere over there. Just, just football fans being football fans. It is a wonderful
Second
atmosphere.
and 2.
Come over truly to the
Ball at the
Discord and
Raiders'
meet
29-yard line.
all types of people from different area codes. But I'm truly telling you, you will develop friendships. Like right now, with
That's
White trying to
good
develop a
for about
friendship with Mister Kool Aid as he gets that reception. But genuinely, come over to the Discord, y'all. You will not regret it.
Here's James White throwing, almost throws the other interception there.
pass is
DeMarcus
incomplete.
Demolition was
Number
all
52
over
with
that
the
one.
deflection.
Alrighty, so 2nd and 10 coming up here, and folks, we start looking at the rest of the slate of games for Week 4. All right, we got
Ball at the
some good
Patriots'
ones
38-yard
here
line.
coming up that we will touch on after this play. As this is White rolling out left side. Gonna throw short to Marley. Or excuse me, to Kool-Aid. I apologize. Gain of 3.
I
Now,
feel like
Marley
that's what
was.
he should have been doing all game, the little check downs.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, and they're going to say fumble
Oh,
here. And it's going to go out of bounds. I do wonder if the possessions there was. Yeah, if he had possession of it long enough for that to be considered a fumble. I will be interested to see if we get a challenge out of it, but at the end, it's still 4th and 9. So they will just punt this one. Or no, I'm sorry, they'll go for it here. 4th and 9 from the 39-yard line. White, shotgun formation, unloads, batted away. Kind of a semblance of the way that this day has went for them. Raiders ball.
that's, last ditch effort by the Patriots trying to do something, make a respectable loss, but once again, it's just not your day, man. It's just not your day. And oh, another thing about the Discord, there is private sections, channels for whatever team you are a part of, so you really get immersed and be acquainted with your fellow teammates.
That is true. Once you get. Oh, and Matt Jackson slithered out of another block. You're kidding. 4 touchdowns on the day for Jackson. The onslaught continues. 54-17. Touchdown Raiders.
We got a 50 burger. 50 on the board. Look, tip your hat off to Mr. Matt Jackson. I think it's time for him to call him Action Jackson with that touchdown on the day. Heck of a game. Heck of a debut as the starter today. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I know Ass and Genty like, look, man, I'm not the jealous type, brother. I'm happy you get to cook. Cause please cook, brother. When you cook, it makes me go harder like Goku and Vegeta. Oh, I see you put up 150. I'm gonna try to go for 200. Oh, you put up 200. I'm gonna try to go for 250. And you just each other just motivates each other to keep going better.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, they have, that's a great work ethic by that halfback tandem right there in Oakland. I mean, Matt Jackson, someone that we didn't get a chance to really speak of too much, in this in this league because Ashton Genty was still on the show. But man, you love it. You love to see it. You love to see players excelling here. And with 4:04 remaining, the Patriots again having another opportunity at it. This is a good opportunity for us to look at the schedule coming for the rest of this week. As we've got week 4 games, the Steelers go to Cincinnati to play the Bengals in our second game of the week. And then the AFA game of the week, it's the Rams at the Cowboys. It's all coming up this week in the American Football Association as White with the completion there. Dropping back, going to throw short to the big stepper, blocking out front. Can't get the first, but they go no huddle here on a 3rd and 2 coming as we see White settle in under center. The big stepper in the backfield, pressure in his face, throws batted away. It's 4th and 2 just like that.
With the deflection.
I really do feel bad for these boys, man. They played a tough game. They played hard. Even though in this loss right now, gotta just tip your hats off to the Oakland Raiders. I mean, I'm really struggling to get words. That's a nice pass over the middle, but
Yeah. Connecting with Pottenod there.
they just got to go back to the drawing board and just work on a couple of things because when the Patriots on with their defense, the defense is the saving grace, and I think that's kind of exposure right here. When the defense is on for the Patriots, like we saw last week, it's their saving grace because the offense ain't really it.
But let's also, silver lining in the cloud here as we see White line up and find Weaver for a first down. They will still just be 3-1 at the end of this day. It's not as if they're in some sort of a hole or deficit that they cannot get out of.
That is
As
true.
White is blasted, this will just be their first loss of the year. Was it cataclysmic? It was. As difficult as it has been today, you're starting to see bright spots here as we go along in this no huddle. White is finding a rhythm, he's finding some chemistry, and they've worked their way to the 25-yard line, Dorian, as we see White again throwing. That's batted away, incomplete. 2:36 left to play.
Yeah, like against the Rams game and everything, and even last week he was starting to show he's starting to get something going. This is what usually what happens. You got the blowout. Okay, now I can really use this as practice, basically. That's the best way to describe this moment. Let it be practice for him to take some notes that he can look back at the tape and see, okay, this is what I did well. This is what I can do, improve on. As that was a little bit too far ahead. That was a
Yep.
nice looking pass, though, and I do agree that he can um, possibly start developing that rhythm because he got to get it. He can get a rhythm. Once you get a QB on a nice rhythm, man, they are one of the most deadliest QBs in the league, just like Mr. Brady White is.
That's a fact. 3rd and 10. James White throwing complete to Potnot, and he does have a 1st and goal. Clock still moving here, and the Patriots still working at it. Again, shotgun formation. White stepping up. He's going to keep it and run it into the end zone for the touchdown. I told you this guy has a set of
Hey,
wheels on him. Not bad.
okay, good pick, James White. Do your thing, young blood. I see ya. I see ya. Hey, like I said, he got to start using the wheels, man, more often. He may have came into the league not really known for scrambling QB, and that's okay. He don't really got to be known for it because when it does happen, it shocks people. And I think that's what they may need to start doing in practice is looking at them um, QB sneaks.
Yeah, I think you start to incorporate it for sure. 55-24. Now the score here as they line up for the onside kick. We'll see if they have one go their way here. It's high, it's
Oh,
bouncing,
Bumble!
it's live, but at the end, the Raiders do fall on it. And now we expect to see, of course, the 2-minute warning and then that ceremonial procession of timeouts that I think will signal the end of this game, Dorianville.
First and 10, Oakland.
Yep, a monster 31-point lead. Oh man, with less than 2 minutes as Genty is then got a gain of three on that one.
Ball carrier,
It's just too
number 2
much,
with the tackle.
too big of a lead to come back on.
And as we reach the 2-minute warning here, folks, you're watching the AFA on YouTube. You've got the second string quarterback in now for the Raiders as Brady White has exited the game. But look who the second string halfback is in this 2-minute drill right here. It's Ashton
Right.
Genty. So it doesn't get any easier for this Patriot defense as they end this game. Oh no, we're still going to have him in on a couple of series as timeouts are starting to get called.
Like I said, like pick your poison, right? You think you're good because okay, all right, we're done dealing with Mac Jackson, but they still got Ashton Genty. What Genty? No.
Yeah. Well, that speaks to the talent on this Patriot offense this Oakland offense. And the thing that I think is so interesting is we see Tangenti on 3rd down
Number 20,
and a
holding the
timeout
ball.
called for. And I think the thing
Yeah.
that's so interesting about it, Dorian, is that,
Brad
you
Davis
know,
in punt formation.
that was why it was such a
Number
surprise
50
that they
to
were
make the
0-2 to
return.
start the season because all of these weapons, they just could not complete the game. They would play for three full quarters of, hard nosed football, and then something would just happen in the fourth as the Patriots now with a minute 43 left will get the ball back.
Yeah, like the game against the Bengals. Boy, what a comeback by the Bengals, down 16-24, and was able to pull off that comeback in the final
Mm-hmm.
minutes. And so I believe this game is a prime example of now they closed out the games. They're making sure that we're getting the victory. We're not going to give a team another chance to come back in the fourth quarter.
James White going to throw. It is complete a leaping grab, and final timeout by my math called for here by the Patriots. So we'll have a running clock unless they get out of bounds or the pass is incomplete from this point forward.
Yeah, or they get a crazy touchdown here to have some type of momentum boost before the end of the game.
Here's a throw off the mark, incomplete, intended for Chad Potnod, and it is 2nd and 10.
I think that's another thing we got to give a little bit of kudos to, like talk about, is that not all of it has been on James White's fault. The wide receivers have been dropping the passes, and you can't have that happen.
White gonna throw, batted away again, 3rd and 10.
Like, if you're the wide receiver, there's a couple passes early in the game that were dropped by the wide receivers on the Patriots, and it's like, that was a nice pass. Like that one we talk about, just breathe. He threw it across the middle, and I think it was Kool-Aid who dropped it. Can't remember.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe you're right on that.
Yeah, so you can't be dropping passes.
As the big stepper, he's able to get a couple, and it's 4th and 11. Like we said, decision time here. You know they got to go for it. What play do you draw up? It's a shovel pass on 4th and 11. Kind of just really spelling defeat there for the New England Patriots, as the Raiders will come away victorious in this one. And you'll see making that final stop there, big number 63 for the Raiders.
So, Cam, what are you taking away from this game as the Raiders can just really kneel it down? What are you taking away from this game, the overall play from both sides?
Well, I think that as bad as it looks for New England, it's just that the Oakland Raiders came out and played that good of a game. Do I believe that the Patriots had a terrible day at the office? 100%. But what I do think is that the Oakland Raiders had a flawless day. I mean, literally. I mean, other than an interception or two here or there that Brady White threw trying to make something happen, other than that, you could not have asked for a more perfect day. I think this speaks more to the Raiders winning and how they won than how the Patriots lost. The Patriots will be back. It was just a bad day all around. The Raiders have just found their footing. What's your thoughts, Dorian?
I do agree, because like you mentioned earlier, the Patriots are still 3-1. You know, you can lose, you can take a loss, because winning gets heavy. The more you win, the tougher it gets to continue winning. So I think by them getting this loss right now, it actually is going to be a little bit of leeway. Like, okay, we took this loss, you know, we can regroup and bounce back. Rather than like, oh man, like, you know, the Oakland Raiders were, as they get the victory now, going 2-2. They started 0-2. And some people start thinking it was like about to push the DEFCON 5 button, especially if they filed the 0-3. So that's my opinion.
And they have done an incredible job, as you said, riding the ship in the last 2 consecutive weeks back to 2-2. Patriots still at 3-1. Here in our post-game report and our final thoughts, you see the time of possession there. A little more even as this game went along. In the end, the Patriots were able to put 360 yards up. A lot of people will call that garbage points, garbage time. That may be the case. The 6 turnovers for the Patriots, that spelled their doom. We will see a player of the game. I will ask you this one final question, Dorian, before we go. Look here, Brady White and James White both end up with 307 yards on the day. Who you giving a game ball to tonight?
Well, this is tough, but I think I got to go with Matt Jackson.
Agreed.
4 touchdowns on the day. Well over 150 plus yards rushing. He had a heck of a day for him, especially being, because it's one thing if you're a wide receiver getting 3 touchdowns. You're going to have like 3 1-yard touchdowns, but the way he blew up them holes, the way he was hitting the holes and everything, he deserves the player of the game today, in my opinion. What about you?
I would have to agree. I will give him the player of the game. I think I can almost confidently say that is what the consensus will speak for, as we'll see in just a second. But I want to give a game ball to the offensive line that allowed him the room to run for 4 touchdowns and protected Brady White all day long. So a shout out to those guys as well, as we now will get a chance here after a couple more slides to see the player of the game, folks. We want to remind you as we get ready and wrap it up, more football action coming. We got the Bengals and Steelers, and then the Rams and Cowboys to end week 4. So that will be something that you want to stick around for. You don't want to miss any of the action. Again, I will mention and address the Discord server, AFA on Discord, and of course, please like and share this video. It would mean more to us even than you know, to help to keep our growing league here afloat. Now, as we see the final slides, we see that last touchdown made there by James White with a rushing touchdown to his credit. Dorian, no need for a drum roll. Here we go. Player of the game, and it is Matt Jackson. Congratulations to Matt, and for everyone at the AFA, indeed. And congratulations to everyone who on this Raider squad who helped with the victory. Now, for my partner Dorian Bill, my name is Cameron Duty. We'll see you next time you're watching the AFA on YouTube. Good night, everybody.
Stay blessed, y'all.